Right at it. Right at it. Oh,
Jordan
he's
Spieth.
done it again. Just as he did at the John Deere for his first win.
Good evening, everyone. I am back to full force as last week I was super under the weather, so I had absolutely no energy, and I just went on a trip, so I wasn't really with you for much of the week, but I'd like to thank my backups for their service. This is episode 30, and it's not exactly the episode 30 we were looking for, but it wasn't exactly unpredictable. It's a miscut at the 2022 Players Championship. But I think there's more to talk about than Jordan Spieth this week. Weather. I didn't get to watch. I wasn't home until Friday afternoon, so I didn't get to watch anything like any of the weather unfold, luckily, because if I was at home waiting for Spieth's tee time, I would have been doing absolutely nothing waiting for the call. So that would have been awful. Would have wasted so much time, but I didn't. And now we're here as we look towards the biggest stretch of probably biggest three tournament stretch, I'd say. We have a WGC, a major, and a tournament that he historically has played very well at, and this year is defending. So it's a big one. He's got to figure something out. I mean, the putter is just so sad. Like, I'm just so sad about it. It's like,
It is sad. We're recording on Monday after Cam Smith just won the 2022 Players. Cam Smith gained 11 shots on the field with his putter this week.
What a stud. That kid's so good.
11 shots.
What a stud.
I wish we were putting like Cam Smith. But two facts this week. I know you didn't get to watch a lot, Bob. Fact number one, we got killed by the draw. We got the short end of the stick with the draw. Fact number two is, even if we got the good end of the draw, I still think he misses the cut. So it's not like you can fully blame things on the draw. He shot 79 on, was it Saturday is when he played his second round, right?
Yeah. Saturday.
So he shot 79. The average, I think, for his wave was 75. So he was 4 shots worse than the wave average.
I'd like to build off what Jordan just said. I agree with you. But I also think that if this was a major, he wouldn't have missed the cut. And I saw this somewhere. I saw this somewhere that if Jordan Spieth was playing exactly like this at the exact course, same weather conditions, and this was the US Open, he would have found a way to grind and make the cut.
I don't disagree with that.
The players are just different. Like, you could get the sense, like, I was home, I wasn't watching because I had so much work to do. But I was tuning into updates every once in a while, and just like, he was trying stuff out. Like when he tried that big cut where he played it 100 yards left of the water on 18, it just didn't come close. Like, he wouldn't have done that in a major, and he would have made 4. Like, that's just like the realistic like thing. He just wouldn't. He would have played the round very differently, and he would have given himself a chance to make the cut. So I think there's something to be said about that. I also think there's something to be said about the fact that if this was a major, we'd all be a lot more mad, a lot more upset that he got this screwed by the draft, because we know very well, too well, that Jordan Spieth essentially lost the PGA Championship because of the draw. Essentially, he easily could have won that, and it would have been a lot closer.
It was
if not for
3 shots.
It was like 3-shot swing, and he lost by 3.
And he lost by 3. So if Day is in the other group and he's in the other group, then like if they flip groups, he wins by 6.
By 6.
Or
because no one else is close.
No, he wins by 3. Wait.
We're math geniuses.
Either way,
You're not wrong.
There's something to be said about the fact that this just doesn't feel like a major whatsoever. I'm sorry. There's no other way to put it. Like, I mean,
I'll sum it up for you. Bryson wasn't there, so it's not a major.
I agree.
All right, well, let's stop there.
That's great.
obviously we're a little bit biased because Jordan Spieth missed his fifth cut at the Players, so we're definitely biased. But yeah, Dan and I were having this conversation. Jordan's focus at majors is just so much higher than regular tour events.
Yeah,
he's like a
chat
Brooks,
down.
but downplayed. Like,
yeah.
And again, we're not making excuses. Jordan Spieth missed the cut because he didn't play well enough. And
oh, absolutely.
I mean, big picture, I'm not even mad about the Players. I'm mad about the 5 weeks prior and how we were in contention once. And the golf that we've seen since Century has just not been good at all.
I mean, think about how. So let's say Jordan Spieth won at Pebble, right?
Yeah.
I still don't know if I feel good about his game right now whatsoever.
No, it's still too inconsistent.
Say it found that spark in a bottle that 1 week. Like, what else does he have going for him right now? Like,
yeah, I'm
seeing so much inconsistency.
Yeah, well, I guess we can go there. To the game. This is I don't know, I might get ripped for this, but low key, like,
big take.
He's trending.
The wrong direction, right?
No. I'm
What?
telling you. I saw.
I don't know where he's going with this.
Dan,
I
he
saw
looked
flickers.
awful.
I saw sparks.
No.
They're waiting to catch fire, and I tell you, the good play's coming. I'm telling you.
I don't know what you're on. I mean, I'll give this. I'll give this to you. He played pretty good golf through 16 holes in round 1. You didn't get to see that, Bob. He played pretty well through 16 holes. Then he played 17.
Well, like, who cares?
I
Tournament
care.
isn't 16 holes.
I'm trying to find positive. Yeah, go ahead.
So it's a good point, though. He did play pretty decent golf in a downpour, which it's a lot harder to play good golf when it's raining like that. And then the wind came, and it's like, all right, you've got no shot if you can't make a putt, which he didn't do.
He didn't make a putt, not a single one.
Well, he did on Thursday, 33-footer on number 7, and he made one on 9 on Thursday. Like, Thursday gave me a little bit of like, this is interesting. I'll go to the strokes gained approach because that's really the only like statistical thing that I have to kind of back up my optimism, I guess, is that he did lose strokes Friday on approach. Only about a quarter of a shot. I believe he gained for the week on approach, which he's now done in every start since Pebble, which I guess is only 4 starts, but that's like the trend that he was kind of on early last year, and they were much better strokes gain numbers. He would gain about 7 at Phoenix, but this time he gained 7 at Pebble, and he's not hitting it into the greens as bad as it may seem. I think the main problem is that the sparks just aren't. There's no kindling. There's no momentum. The sparks aren't catching on to anything. And again, the short game was awful this week, and it always seemed to be awful around Sawgrass. I don't know what that is, but he hit some chips that I was like,
horrible.
That is not good. And then he throws a 30-yard bunker shot, 25 feet past the hole, spins it back to 5. And while the putter was atrocious in round 2, like if he putts and chips somewhat decent round 2, I think he makes the cut. I mean, he missed 4 putts inside of 10 feet and left an 80-foot putt 15 feet short because he chunked it. He chunked the putt. Like, that was bad. But he cleaned up inside of 5 feet on Thursday, which minor gain. So I'm telling you,
I saw.
There's just no momentum, but I'm seeing sparks, and I might be the only one to see them. But I tell you, I don't need glasses because just give it time.
I went back on Thursday night, or not Thursday night, whenever it was, and watched like the tour cast and just like watched whatever shots he hit. The 16 or so holes that he hit or played. And it was just a lot of it was to sum it up, inconsistency. It was stuff that I hadn't seen before. Here's the thing. I think a lot of his focus. I do. I think that we are seeing the downside of having a kid. I think we are seeing the fact that I think if Jordan Spieth, I've seen Jordan Spieth this year hit some bunker shots. It's just I'd never seen he'll be putting bunker shots to 30 feet. That's just not something you see from Jordan Spieth. He's a world-class bunker player. I don't think we see that at the majors. I think that it's if Jordan Spieth the thing is the mindset, like Jordan was saying, that he goes into majors with is just every shot is just that much more important, right?
Yeah.
I think if Jordan Spieth stood over every bunker shot on the PGA Tour right now with that same focus, I think he just plays a lot better. Which is not an excuse by any means. Everyone has kids. Everyone needs to, most people have kids on the PGA Tour and have to figure out a way to deal with it. I thought it was going to be positive. Maybe it's not. But for his golf game in terms, because obviously he's very happy, which is in the long run going to be very good. But I do think that a lot of these shots are just because he's not putting as much focus into them that he would in a normal year or at a major. I think we're going to see that. I'm excited to see how that trends to major, because I do not think I'm going to see a 30-foot bunker shot at the Masters. I just don't.
I'd also say that he's never chipped and putted the players very well. Never really played 15 through 17, 3-time major champ, won probably 10 times on tour, and he missed the cut here all 3 times. So even when he's playing the best golf of his life, he still doesn't show he doesn't show up here. He hadn't played in 2 weeks. There probably some competitive rust being knocked off. And the other thing I think is last spring, as fun as it was, which it was phenomenal, a lot of fun, I think it kind of wore on him. And then he only really picked himself back up for the Open kind of at the end of the summer. And then after that, it was just kind of out of steam for the season. And, even with Rahm, Rahm is what? He's finished outside the top 10 in his last 3 starts. You can only be so good for so long. And I wouldn't say he's trying to pick his point when he's going to be good. But I think in the back of his mind, there's a plan of let me be at my best at Augusta and start it there with the 4 majors coming at that point.
Yeah.
And sure, he's disappointed about the MC at the Players this week, but it was a chaotic week. And I think he can move on to go back to Texas, assuming he plays the WGC. He has to, right? He just hasn't committed yet.
Hasn't committed, but he better be there.
If he doesn't play at WC, I don't even know what to say.
Then he'll defend at Valero, which will be cool. It'll be his first defense in 4 years?
A long time.
So that'll be fun. And then the Masters will be his.
And we'll get into Valero in a bit because I definitely want to bring someone up, but I do think we should talk. Yeah, I know you do. I do think we should talk about non-Spieth stuff as well.
Yeah, I want to talk about the players real quick and just the attention to detail. I mentioned this. I think you were on your retreat, Bob. So I don't know if you saw this. I was talking to Dan, and on Wednesday, Spieth didn't even. I don't even think he played the golf course. I know he was on the putting green, and then I think he left the property for the day, based on what I know. That just tells you the attention to detail. I mean, any major, he's just grinding on a Wednesday. He's playing holes. He's on the range. He's chipping. Wednesday, he was not even anywhere to be found. I mean, that.
It also makes me wonder, and, he shouldn't have to say anything about it because it's very private, right? There's probably just things going on in his life, life just might be more difficult for Jordan Spieth than it normally is. And I think, that's.
Here's my take on it. I've never had a kid, obviously. I'm 17 years old. But from everything I've seen, at least, this is not a very easy stage in the taking care of kid life whatsoever. I mean, this is a stage where, how old is he? Like 4-5 months, right? Something like that, right?
4 months to the day, actually, I believe. Actually, I don't
Really?
know. That might be creepy if I know that.
Oh, wait. You're off by 1 day. It was the 13th, I think. Wow. That would have been epic. Anyways, back to the point. This is the stage where, like, I remember he said something about how, like, Annie's doing all the work, like Annie's getting up in the middle of the night, right? I don't think that's true. Jordan's obviously, like, doing something, right? He'd feel guilty not to. So, like, and not only that, leaving Annie with that child for a week to go play golf is also probably something stuck in the back of his head. Like, he's probably, like, worrying and feels a little guilty, you know.
To be
like,
fair, I think Samuel is coming with them quite a bit, because I think
I
he
do
was.
too.
I think what was it? Waste management. I think
Yeah.
Jordan said it was the first week that Samuel was with them.
Yeah.
So I think
But-
he's
but-
traveling quite a bit now.
But you've seen Jordan is a very humble guy, obviously. Jordan is a big family guy. He adores his sister. And I think he just feels so blessed to have a kid that there are times where he's on the golf course that, to be put frank, he'd just rather be home with his kid. And that's something that we're going to have to get used to for the next, because eventually it'll just become part of life, right? In 3 years, this won't be an issue. And especially with the second kid. The second kid won't be as big of a deal, to say the least. That's just how it is, right? But for now, we just have to kind of deal with that. Like, that's kind of like how it is.
Why'd you have to put Azalea Spieth on notice like that?
That would be a sick name.
I think Sergio named his daughter that. I'm pretty sure Azalea.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's
Sick.
sick.
Freaking Sergio had to go birdie on 16-17 to rack up that top 40. Anyway, that was a quick change of subject, but I was hoping he wouldn't for the go get that bets.
Which we have to update. But Bob has a nice lead. I know that.
We all hit actually this week. Bob got 2 of them.
I forget who I picked.
You got because Spieth missed the cut.
Yeah.
You guys
That's
both
funny.
had a Sergio top 40. I had
I
a
can't believe that was the freest money in the world.
Bradley top 40. So good week if you followed along there.
All three of us finished in the green this week,
You
Yeah.
did.
which was nice.
Ooh. What was my
Might be the
second bet I
first
had?
time.
What was the
Might be
second bet I
first
had?
time.
Sergio top 40.
Ooh, I love that.
We
That was
both had
great.
that actually. Funny enough.
Really?
That might be the first time we've all finished in the green.
I think it is.
All right. Well, yes, Dan. Clap, clap.
Round of applause.
All right. What are your takes on there's a lot to break down. I mean, there was a lot of upsetness. There was a lot of people angry at the unfairness. I'll give my take first because my take's pretty simple. That's golf, bro. Like, I as a fan was on the wrong end of the draw. Jordan Spieth got absolutely boned this week. That's just like that's just like what happened. Like, he got screwed. But like, that's golf. Like, that's the nature of the game. Whether it's 1 shot or 2 shot, or in this case, an extreme 3-shot swing from wave to wave, that happens from time to time. There's never going to be a perfect instance where everyone's playing in the same conditions, right? Obviously, this work, it was so extreme that it was plastered everywhere. It's like this big travesty. Like, oh my God, the players was stolen away from me, right? No, like, Doug Gim finished tied for 4th. And I'm not JT's fan, and neither is Jordan. Dan, what are your opinions on JT? All right. But I'll give him credit. I loved what he said after his second round. He was like, there's always that one guy at the top who wins the wave and is up there in contention. And that was Doug Gim this week. And he was like, all I got to do is be that guy. And then if I had to do that guy, then I did whatever I could. And that's that. Right. And he didn't. But
Hate to see that.
that's the mindset you have to have, right? That's the mindset you have to have. So
He said, I hate to see it while laughing.
But I'm interested to see if you guys agree, because I just think
I I agree with you. It's
All
golf.
right.
It's unfortunate that I'm in one wave. Like, I'm all for hard conditions and the carnage, but I like equal carnage, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. I rather Jordan get the bad end of the draw here than at the Masters or the Open or something like that. So I mean, I could live with it. And then I know personally, Jordan missed the cut. Jordan was probably going to miss the cut if he played in the good wave too, or it would have
Yeah.
been very close.
he
He'd
would
be on
have.
the cut line.
He would.
So the weather's not the reason, at least for me as a Spieth fan, that he didn't win this tournament, because he didn't play well. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that this tournament is going to be remembered because of the rain and the wind and the draw not being
True.
fair and all this other stuff, because we saw a good finish, not the greatest leaderboard. I know Hovland was up there for a little bit, and it was bunched at the top for quite a bit on this Monday afternoon. But like all the weather, all the the stop start, the going off on threesomes on the weekend, which is actually Sunday and Monday, and taking 50 hours to finish round one, is just going to overshadow all of it. But this week on the course was like phenomenal. It's exactly what you want. Two aces, one on 17, which is
Who was
sick.
the other one?
Hovland aced 8 early Monday morning, I think round 3.
That was almost my prop bet. No hole in ones. That was almost my bet. It was plus 155. I was like, ooh, do I want to bite? Conditions are going to be tough. And it was looking great through 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the weekend, like, it provided. And there was a course record. DJ tied the course record Monday afternoon. Like, you had all of those things in a golf tournament. You had a winner hit it in the water on Sunday on 18, and they still pulled through. You had a good story in Lahiri, right? Like, you had everything you would want. You got a good winner in Cam Smith, who just made everything. I mean, he made 10 birdies today? That was ridiculous. Like, what a tournament of golf that's just going to get overshadowed by thunderclouds, rain and wind and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Outside of it.
Unlike Brandel Chambly, I loved watching 17 on Saturday too.
Oh, it was great.
That was
I know
awesome.
I poked some fun at Justin Thomas, but watching Justin Thomas hit a 6-iron and freaking hit it, 40, 50 feet in the air, while everyone else is hitting a 90-foot apex. I mean,
even
Justin Thomas hit some shots on Saturday that were so impressive as a golf fan. I mean, he hit 3-wood into 18 because it was so into the wind.
That was
flushed it to 20 feet. I mean, it was fun to see in the wind just the shots that were being hit.
Yeah, it's interesting too, because he and Bubba shot the rounds of the day that day. I mean, JT went 3 under, Bubba went 4 under, and it felt like JT was like winning the tournament by 10. But like, I guess there's just something about being able to work the ball like that, because Bubba's like a painter with his all of his clubs.
It's a great description, Dan.
So it's
great
like,
adjective.
It's
painter's not an adjective.
Painter's a noun.
That's where my brain went. I think it's a noun.
I don't know. Just
Anyway,
go.
I
I turned my brain off for the last week and haven't turned it back on.
like, I think curving the ball in the wind must just be the key to that. So I think I'd be pretty good in the wind. I hit a lot of hooks, a lot of slices. So
Yeah.
get me out there. I think I break, I don't know, probably 80. Probably break 80.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I want to go back to Jordan real quick. On a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you with the short game?
Concerned with the short game, I say 4, 5.
10?
Concerned overall, I'd say 6.
Concerned with the short game, That includes putter, I'd assume, right?
No, just the around the
Oh,
green.
just the wedges.
Don't add the putter. We don't need to make it any worse.
Oh, if we had the putter, it's a 10.
Concerned with the short game too. I'm not worried.
Fair.
He just does not. He never chips well here, so it's
Fair.
got to just be something like that. Concerned with the overall game. 4. I'm telling you, Sparks.
I'm happy to
Sparks.
see Sparks. I just wanted to ask about the short game because I know at Augusta, I mean, that's how he gets himself up the leaderboard.
That's very true.
Can we
He-
talk about something real quick about
Yeah, go ahead.
Augusta? This still blows my mind. I'm trying to think about it. He birdied the 10th hole all 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Can you?
That's
That's
why.
absolutely ridiculous.
Well, and the way he did it too.
He chipped in.
He chipped in on Saturday, but then every other shot, dart. Like I think the longest putt he made was 10 feet,
6. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
maybe. Like that was
I can't believe that. Like that is such a hard hole and such a hard green.
yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Especially the Saturday pin because it's kind of tucked front right. So if you go long, you have a very fast.
I mean, it's
that
down.
slopes the other
It's-
way.
Yeah, it's downhill, so it plays less, but like it's like the same yardage as like the first hole at Ritz.
I mean,
It's
it's
like
down
490 yards.
a downhill lie to a front right pin, specifically that front right pin is very difficult to get to. And he came up short at it and he just chipped in.
Everything feeds away. Like everything. Because it's all sloped.
I mean, he's going into that week taking 16 on that hole. He freaking played it in 12, which is just wild.
Yeah, that's insane. If you think about it that way, that's crazy.
Exactly.
I mean,
All right, back on track.
I'll take playing it in 12 on 12.
Yeah. You take 12 on all the par threes. Really? Well, I guess 16.
Wait.
Sag one.
So we had less strokes on 10 than he did on 12 all week, didn't he? Because he had at least one bogey and he didn't birdie.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
He just can never make 12 stress free. I mean, that's just
That's
how it is.
And
He
I
bogeyed
think
the first round.
yeah,
Horrible bogey too. He had a bunker shot, like an easy bunker shot. He put to 8 feet and missed.
yeah.
All right, back on track.
There'll be a time for Augusta chat.
Oh, there will be so much time. All right. Anything else about the players before we get into something else that I'd like to bring up?
Yeah, I'd like to say, I guess I kind of want you guys' opinion because I know we talked about the weather. That was like the main thing all week. But like, will this tournament be kind of looked at as like, oh, Cam Smith won, or is it just
No, it won't. It won't.
It'll be the weather players, but it's still Camp Smith players. If you go
No, because
disagree
Justin
with that?
Thomas didn't
Okay.
finish where Doug Gim did. It was Doug Gim. You know what I mean?
yeah?
If Justin Thomas had lost by like 2,
oh,
then
yeah.
people would be like, "Oh man, JT should have won." You know,
I don't think
Right.
that's
But,
fair
like,
to Doug Gim personally.
it's not fair at all. I love Doug Gim. He went to
Dude, I
Texas
gotta
to play
write-
one of my friends, Spencer. But
I gotta write that down because Gim's been in contention 2 times at the Sawgrass already. He was there last year until he.
Oh, I love him. It's just like you know what I mean. Come on, that
do
wasn't a
that to
shot.
Doug
at
Gim.
Doug
I know
Gim
what you're saying.
whatsoever.
Well,
Come on,
so
man.
I guess now that is kind of been established, like, dude, Cam Smith, man, he's unreal. Like, he was terrible off the tee. He's basically the Aussie Spieth, which is pretty sick. And now he's got like he's won the Century, holding off Rahm, and he's won the Players. Like, this dude is what Schauffele is supposed to be. This dude's a bigger star than Schauffele. That's my conclusion. And I'm right.
You can't argue that. I mean,
Who? Sorry,
Smith is a bigger star than Schauffele.
no. He should be,
Yes.
but he's not. He's not.
Okay. Well,
Not in the public eye. He
'Cause
should
he's not
be. He's a
American.
better
He
should
golfer.
be.
because he's not
But he
American.
should be.
It's as simple as that.
More people are gonna. If you, I'm sorry, I disagree with that. I'd love it to be true because I think Cam Smith's more fun to watch, and I think he's a better golfer. But
Yeah, I think that
Xander Schauffele is extremely overrated to the point where that's just not true.
I think Smith should be a bigger star.
I
guess
agree with
that's-
that.
that's
I
my-
just don't think he is. Xander Schauffele's like basically the face of Callaway now, besides John Rahm, and I don't even know what clubs Cam Smith plays.
Also,
He plays Titleist.
Does he?
Yeah,
Do we want to talk
saw
about
Titleist
Berger
Instagram.
at
He has
all?
Titleist hat, right?
Maybe.
Shoffley?
so.
I know he plays Titleist.
He has like that flat brim hat. No, Shoffley.
Shoffley Callaway.
Yeah, but Adidas hat, right? Yeah.
He's gotta be. Well, no, sometimes he whips out the like weird hat.
He wore the golf hat. Did you guys see
Yeah,
that?
it said golf.
It said golf on it.
See that?
It's pretty
All
funny.
right.
Also, thoughts on Berger, because he played like pretty well this week, but I feel like just watching him, I was like,
He tried to
don't-
screw us over on our
I
rules.
don't like you.
He tried to mess us up on a rules thing. So I kind of have some disdain for that.
Well, did you see the thing he did?
I did
Today,
see
the
what he did
rules?
today.
All right.
I didn't feel bad for him at all.
It's a little like
I'm with Berger on that one though. Like
I'm
he
sure
was
he's,
right.
like-
It crossed far up there.
Yeah,
Like
I
he
think it
cut that a
crossed over
lot.
also, but I also think he just comes off as kind of like, I don't know. Just in what I've seen, it seems a lot like
I've heard very good
Yeah,
things
I don't
about him
wanna-
from people who are pretty close to him. So I'm not gonna give.
Well, yeah, I don't.
I have a little bit of a biased opinion, and I think I like him as a golfer. I think obviously the pace of play could speed up a bit, but I'm definitely on the minority that
Yeah, I guess
I'm a fan. I'd say.
He's
I guess
Team
they're
Altus
just-
too.
Yeah.
there were just a couple like not great Berger moments this week, and I thought I should mention that.
That's fair. I mean, he called out Spieth. Well, called out. He didn't really call him out, but he was just
Yeah,
giving his
that
opinion on
wasn't
Spieth
bad.
ruling. He was in the spotlight when you're not trying to get into the spotlight this week and a couple times with some rulings.
He was just a little like, he just seems a little Brooks-ish, but like more in a less petty way, so that it makes it more real, where it's a little like weird, I think.
He made a comment. We're recording this on Monday on the last round where he said, "I'm going to drop it here, even though both of you two are wrong," referring to Hovland and Damon, which I think was a little like you probably didn't need to say
Just
that.
weird.
But
I mean, we
that's
probably would have said that
okay.
too, though, if we were in that situation. Like,
Oh, no,
you know how it
I'm talking about
is.
Jordan. When Jordan say that you two are wrong, like I don't know.
Yeah. No, I just think he got caught maybe in a couple moments that made me think.
Yeah, I just think
this
he
guy's
was emotionally pressed. Because I mean, you know what it's like to be told you're wrong when like you're on a golf course and you know you're right. Like he was right. Like that ball crossed way up there. He cut that a lot. And they were saying that it barely faded. Like, yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that did cut quite a bit, and they weren't standing there watching it either.
No, like,
So-
but whatever.
But at the same time, are you really complaining about, like, would you rather have that 50-yard pitch to that bunker, or would you rather have a full shot? That's the other thing that I don't.
Yeah, it's true. He put it to 10 feet, missed the putt. But
It's like, I think I'd rather have the shot that he had to take. I don't
Yeah.
know. Anyway, it was interesting to note that.
Yeah.
The
I knew,
last- oh, go ahead.
Post the. I know you had something else to talk about non-players related, Bob. I wanted to. I think I know where you're going with this, but I want to hear it.
All right. It's the big question. I tweeted this earlier.
Gosh.
If you could take a Valero win right now, but it meant that this year he could not win the Masters, would you take it?
No. I
I think the answer is yes. You have to.
the answer has to be no.
Because right now you have to think, given his form, there's a less than 5% chance he wins the Masters this year.
Sparks, baby. Sparks. He's winning the Masters. I don't know.
I think he's winning the Masters too, but like, come on.
That's tough. No, I think you have to take
You
Valero.
have to take the
Because-
win.
Even realistically, like even if the odds suggest that his chances of winning,
Yeah.
which we've seen are probably lower because
Defending and also is also something he's never done before.
of how deep the tour is. I feel like just winning any tournament is very
That's
low.
fine.
If you get a
can't-
guarantee,
You can't pass up a win
Yeah, you
for a
can't
chance
pass
to
Passing
win
up a
one.
win. He's gonna have better odds at Augusta than he is at Valero. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
No chance.
Yes.
No.
yeah,
Yeah, with Rory
No
in the
way.
field.
he's
Yeah.
11-1 at Augusta.
It's 13-1.
And I bet at Valero he's at 14.
16 to 18.
I would say 14. Defending champ. So I'll
But
get a
listen.
little bit of a bump. unless he wins match play.
You have to take the win.
That's what I'm saying. I agree.
I
It's
disagree.
a win.
I don't care.
Jordan, you know very well right now there's a chance he doesn't win a tournament this year. Like, that's a
And then
possibility.
it'd be the
Like,
most
you know
disappointing
it is.
year of his career.
It would be, but you know it's
No,
true.
you can't say that.
I will.
He's had way more disappointing years.
I know.
No
I
way.
agree with him 100%.
No
After what
way.
he did last year, just be another slump. It would be horrible. It would be. It
Oh, but
would be a
is it-
disaster. An
it
absolute
even a-
disaster.
Is it even a slump though right now?
He'd be falling in the world rankings if he didn't have
not.
the last set of events coming off from 2 years ago. He's lucky to still be at 14.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. But I mean, like, I feel like we kind of overlooked that solo 2 at Pebble. Like,
True.
that happened. Like, that's legit.
I agree.
He should have won if he putted on Thursday and Friday.
True.
So
I'm
it's
not
like,
denying that.
I don't know. I feel like he's not, and I guess this is my whole kind of Sparks thing, is like he's not playing as bad as it may look. I think it just, there's no momentum in the game at all.
You can't have momentum when you can't make putts. It's as simple
Right.
as that.
Well, yeah, not even putts. Just like when he needs to get something up and down, it's like he leaves himself a 6-footer, which is not great. Or he, like, on 11 on round 2 this week at the Players, he threw one to 8 feet on 11. And you're thinking, all right, a chance to get under par for this windy round. Missed that pretty badly, actually. And then you go to 12, and it's like, all right, all you have to do is just miss it right and make a 4. And then he just puts it in the water.
It wasn't close either. He's
It
a good
wasn't, no.
8 yards left of the water.
And it's like, dude, just take 3 wood, hit it short, hit it in the rough so that it doesn't spin, and then just throw a dart. Easy as that. I don't know. He's just not helping himself out. So I think that's going to change here pretty soon, though.
It needs to change soon. It's not a
That's
might.
fair.
It needs to.
Well, you pointed this out, is like he now only has 4 possible stroke play rounds before Augusta. And I know match play is golf, but like Rory's not playing match play because it doesn't help his Masters prep. Like that's a thing. So, we'll see. He doesn't have a ton of golf left before Augusta, which are good. Augusta's like 4 weeks away, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait for the Masters.
You think I'm going to take a Valero win knowing I wouldn't win the Masters after what Dan just said?
No, but you also, like, you could win it next year.
I don't care.
I respect your answer, but I disagree.
That's fine. I respect you disagreeing with me. I want a major. I think Jordan does too. He came in sole second at the Open, played great golf, got beat by Colin Morikawa. You think after he came in second at the Open, he didn't say, I'm winning one of these next year?
Yeah. Do you know what type of grass Southern Hills is?
Oh, I could figure it out if you guys talk, and I'll figure it out because I could figure it out.
Because I don't know. Because I was gonna say, like, what I've heard, man, this might be his best shot at a PGA for a while. Like, it's got kind of Augusta like.
But like, I mean, whatever you want to say, like it or not, Kiowa was a very good opportunity.
Kiowa was. Looking back, Kiowa was a much better opportunity.
It was a very disappointing tournament.
And honestly,
whatever.
He would have been a lot more in it if he just didn't miss every like 4-footer he looked at.
Yeah.
So,
but everyone was missing those too. Like,
yeah, but he missed like
not that much, but like that is the hardest
Friday,
4-footed course in the world.
I think he missed 3 putts inside of 5 feet on like the last 5 holes to drop him. Like, he was maybe +1, and then he finished up like +4 and made the cut on the number or something like it was just an ugly finish where he could have easily been semi-contention. And then if anything went in on Saturday, he would have been in a much better spot. So it's all right.
The greens at Southern Hills are bent grass.
I believe that is good.
I believe it
very
is
good.
too. Just
We
throwing
like
that out there.
things we like to hear.
Bermuda fairways, bent grass greens.
That's good.
Grass. All right.
Things you don't like to hear is J.C. Jackson of the Chargers and disappointment.
I'm all in on hockey season, dude. Oh, I
You don't
can't wait
even-
for the playoffs. I can't imagine being a Caps fan. That team is awful.
We've actually been playing very good hockey lately. I mean, we're not going to win anything in the
You're
playoffs.
not
but,
good. We're not either, but at least we have an exciting team that could win a series because Shesterkin
You're
could
just
just
being mean now.
But
dominate.
We
Bob,
won a
you're not
championship a
hyped
couple
about,
years ago.
What?
said you're not hyped about Chase Edmonds and Teddy B.
No.
It's not doing it for him.
No,
No.
it's-
I-
you're not. The Pats have signed Brian Hoyer and James
Dude,
Ferentz.
we literally like no, like
It's better
I've
than
essentially come to
that,
the conclusion that I could have had Deshaun Watson if not for the fact that my owners are racist. Like that is essentially the reason why we do not have Deshaun Watson, which is just devastating. I mean, talk about a life-altering signing that would have been. Our franchise would be back. But
You
instead,
guys would be really good. You guys got a good defense.
we'll go 6-11.
Maybe
We'll
I-
lose the first 8 and then win 6 in a row and be like, ooh.
I wouldn't have fired Brian Flores, but before we get into the NFL talk, because I know a lot of I've actually had a couple viewers say they don't like it. Funny enough, I've had a couple people
That's
say, "Why
fine.
do you guys go off track?" So
They- then-
we're pretty good. at that. So I apologize.
Oh, I apologize too. You can
Yeah.
leave that.
Do
we have anything?
I don't think we do.
we
We
have
can talk
anything
about the
golf
NFL.
stuff.
I think the
No, we
problem
can talk about the NFL after.
is we go
Alright,
to
record.
NFL because we're out of stuff to say.
Yeah. And we just love to talk. We love to talk. And
We
you
love
guys
sports. We're
listen.
not just speed people. We love sports.
Yeah.
But
We love
And
sports.
if
We
you
love
don't like
golf.
it, I respect that.
I can
I
understand
respect
why.
it too.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Well-
your listening anyway.
Next episode will be good. Match play, favorite tournament of the year.
It better be a match
Non-major.
play preview, or we're
I,
gonna have
did-
problems.
I don't
If
like
it's not, I don't even know what I'm gonna say. If it's not, we're gonna come on here. Nah, I'm so confident he's gonna come into the match play. If he doesn't
I am
come into the
too.
match play, I will do whatever the top comment says on a tweet of mine. If he doesn't get in the match play, I'll just tweet out top comment and I'm doing it, and that's what will happen. And you can call me out if I don't. So
I like that.
I think that's all we do
yes.
today.
Sadly, he will be at match play.
Yeah.
Sadly, of
It'll be
course.
fun. It's fun. Hopefully he does commit. Should be the next event. We have 2 events before the Masters, which is just nuts. That's all I got. It's scary kind of the way we're playing right now, but it's also exciting.
Sparks, baby.
The Sparks are coming. The Sparks will be out at match play.
I saw the same thing, or not necessarily the same thing, but I remember feeling kind of the same way after Torrey last year. You know what happened then? Big trust. What does Lamar say? Big trust.
No. All right.
I was gonna cancel that out.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
I'm not editing that out. I'll say that for the viewers. All right. Thank
That's
you.
how we roll in Baltimore. All right, we'll see you guys for the match
Peace.
play preview.
Peace.